And let me give you something else while we're at it. When it comes to this journey, right, this spiritual awakening, and sometimes we deal with loneliness, or being lonesome, and we want companionship. It may be a while before that happens. Now, I'm not speaking for every single person, but for those of you that God has you in that isolation, and it's just like no relationship that you try to get into, it works out. Listen, my advice and my wisdom from my experience, leave it alone. Let God deal with those matters when it comes to companionship, and companionship, or romance, or when it comes to your tribe, your friends, your confidants. Leave that to God, because more than likely what happens is we pull people in that's just going to be a distraction or be a leech in our life. Okay, leave it alone while you're going through the purging, and God is shaping you and molding you, because you are still evolving, right? So that means it's a good chance that whoever you invite into your life, y'all are not even going to be a match, because you are still evolving. God has you on the wheel. You're evolving, right? Your character. So leave it alone. Leave it alone. And in due time, God will connect you to your tribe, and also to have that companion romance. Because a lot of people do, especially of faith, people want that kingdom relationship. That's a thing now. Kingdom marriage. It's a thing. But see, you don't listen. You want the real one. You want it real. You don't want no counterfeit. Leave it alone. Because it's a good chance that person that God is, y'all coming together, if that's in God's will, your blueprint, it's already has its own set time and date. I don't care what nobody tell you. Listen to a woman who don't want to be bothered, don't want no relationship. Listen to me. I ain't never asked God to be married. Never, ever, ever, ever. God had to convince me to be open to companionship. Being totally honest. So listen to a woman who did not seek God for marriage. A lot of women do, or men. If it's in the blueprint, trust you me, it's gonna come. But both of you guys may be in development, right? So when God brings you in alignment with each other to have this kingdom relationship, you guys have purpose, okay? And not problems, because most people have problems. You want purpose with your person, right? Your spouse. Woo! You want that, catch them diamonds. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. The hour will come. Trust me. If it's there and you got somebody to speak into your life and give you prophecy, it's going to come up eventually. So here it is. And once you know, like I said before, a little bit about your prophecy, about what's to come in your life, right? Somebody's able to speak in your life, or you're at a place where you can hear God for yourself. God gives you the dreams, you have the visions, God's speaking to your spirit. So now now you have that, you're so in tune and connected with God, you hear it now. Yeah, and you could be walking, you could be walking on your job like I do, and God start telling you about stuff. I'll be like, oh my goodness, for real? That's how I be. That's how I be. Like, because I'm so we have our communication, our network is clear. It's the signal is good. It's a good strength, just like Wi-Fi. The connection I have with God, the signal is good. It's great. It's great. Okay. So when I hear something in the spirits, I'm like, oh my goodness, oh here we go with this. Okay, certain things. So I'm gonna tell you another thing too. I don't share. This is why I don't date. This is why I don't even care about who inboxes me. I don't date around. I'm trying to help you from going out here dealing with loose ends. You don't need to date multiple people to learn, man. I had them one hitter quitters, like boom boom haymakers, meaning being disappointed, getting your heart broke. It ain't take me 17 times. Y'all out here being broken by 1730 people. It don't take all that. Learn your lesson the second time. Hopefully the first, but it's gonna take a few. You don't need to be a serial dater. You don't have to be on the hunt. You don't want your I assure you, I wouldn't tell you this if it wasn't real. I assure you, you don't. That's why I don't even think about dating, because I already know a little bit about that. I already know. I ain't even gonna share too much, but just say I already know. So I don't open inboxes. I don't try to be out here trying to date and trying to be picked. I don't need to, baby. I'm already chosen. Woo-hoo. Catch them diamonds. I don't need to be. I don't need nobody to validate me. I already have it. You see what I'm saying? So I'm trying to get you to, it's just like your blueprint. You're cracking open the safe, right? The unlock, the features unlock. I'm trying to get you to unlock this. So you can look inside of it, so you can already see what's for you. Then you ain't got to keep begging God, and you ain't got to keep going out here to this world trying to find something or trying to, hook up with somebody. I promise you, your people there. Your people are there. It's there. It's there. This is why you keep coming back with the wrong people, and they keep taking from you. You with the wrong people, and you gonna be with the wrong people when you don't know who you are, your purpose, identity, all of that. Okay, so listen, we're going to end it right here. Remember this envelope represents a message, right? Your letter from God. You're going to have one messenger with many messages. Remember what I said. To access the breakthrough is discovering identity and purpose. That's what leads you to breakthroughs in your life, to see changes in your life, right? So that you can see more about yourself. It's more to your life, right? It's more to you than this environment. A lot of us come from environments that we don't like. We, in families that we don't necessarily agree with. We're different. And I truly believe in a spiritual tribe of, of people. I believe in that. You're finding your family on a spiritual level. I believe it for sure. I don't care who I was born into what family in the world. But spiritually, I'm going to find my peoples, right? This is a letter. It is all about knowing more about you so you can know where you're going. And you can know who to invite and who not. So like I told you, a lot of things you're asking for, you already got. You see what I'm saying? But you ain't opened the letter. You don't know yet. You don't know the prophecy. You don't know nothing about your life. So you just, going with the motion in society, right? Remember. And just because you hear a message on the internet, don't apply every message to your life. Find out, detect the season, meaning where am I at, Lord? Because I told you, I'm going to tell you one thing. I was trying to move, this was when I was like 20, 21, something like that. I was trying to move out of state, and I was on my way to New York. Okay, I got family. I said, no, I'm going to go to New York. It's something there. And see, I felt it, but I'm out of season. And so by the time I met my spiritual father, he prophesied, he and his wife said, God's showing me that you're trying to leave your city. God says, stay here. God says, I'm doing this first in your life. I'm building you up first. So you're going to go through your cycle. Stay here. Then I'm going to move you. So prophecy come later, prophesying, okay, now God says, okay, he calling you to New York. You'll go there, you got business, you got things going. I knew I was right. But like I said, you could be out of season. Detect your season so that you don't hear people give a message and you think everybody lying and false prophets. No, baby, you just don't know where you at. That message may not apply to you. You can't apply all Diamond Rock's messages to your life. You got to find out where you are. So that way you can apply the appropriate message, okay? That's what I mean by this, okay? Remember, this is a letter from God. Catch them diamonds.